On this edition of Coach's Corner, we introduce you to competitive cheerleading with the California Surf All-Stars. Join us as we find out firsthand what it takes to be a competitive cheerleader, the benefits, and how you too can get involved. It's an incredible sport that delivers a great deal of excitement on all levels. I'm Paul Higgins, this is Coach's Corner, and all the great action starts right now. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to this week's edition of Coach's Corner right here at the shops in Mission Viejo. Once again, a fantastic show planned for you. If you like the sport, and I say the sport of cheerleading, you're going to want to stick around because we're going to introduce you to the Cal Surf All-Stars. They are a fantastic team out of South Orange County with athletes all over Orange County. So you might be cheering for this team, if not already, someday soon. Joining me is one of the coaches, and we're going to have three persons from the cheer squad, all different levels today, so you get a really good feel of what surf cheer is all about. The first guest today, of course, is the head coach. I like to call him a head coach because he's on the show. He's my head coach. This is Jaime Arroyo. He's been involved in cheerleading for 14 years, also involved at Palomar Junior College in San Diego. He's been with the Cal Surf All-Stars this his first year, and I can tell you personally, he's a fantastic coach. Also joining us, 14-year-old San Clemente High School student. She is a sophomore, soon to be 15 years old, and this is Hannah Jones. And welcome both of you to Coach's Corner. I know that we had to pull some strings to get you guys here because right after the show, they're off to the gym to get ready for their next competition. So, Jaime, it is competition season, and I say emphatically that this is a sport because it definitely is a sport. Your thoughts about that, because everything these young athletes are doing qualifies them for competition and the word sport.
Yes, I think it's definitely an athletic event. Some schools and other people might want to call it an activity because it doesn't really follow Title IX issues as to qualify it as a real sport. Yeah. But under the athleticism and the technique and the strength of it, it does really fall under sport.
It is. It's a great sport too. I've got some personal stories to tell about that. But Hannah, of course, involved not only at San Clemente High School as a cheerleader. Should I say cheerleader, song leader? Where are we at on that? Cheerleader. But also, I would say probably 4 or 5, sometimes 7 days a week cheering with the CSA. Why did you get involved? I mean, you've been involved now for 7 years. That's a long time.
My sisters started cheering and they were always at the gym, so I was kind of born into it. And so when they had a tiny level 1 team, my mom was like, I have to get her into it. So it was like I was in diapers in the gym, just running around. It's
pretty amazing though. When you look at what you've done, has it helped, or do you play other sports? And if so, has it helped you in other sports?
Well, actually, cheer is basically the only sport I've ever done besides swimming. So I haven't had the experience, but I mean, I've never wanted to try another sport. I've always been so dedicated to cheer. That's all I've ever wanted to do. You
mentioned a key word, and that word is dedication. You have to have dedication and be dedicated in the sport of cheerleading. Why so?
These kids are in the gym, I would say, close to 15 hours a week. On top of their other athletic events that they're a part of. You know, we have kids that are involved in soccer, baseball, softball, other things, school, academics, student government. They have to really be dedicated to try to get to these practices. On top of it, there's a lot of athletic and strength things that we do at our practice that really require safety and being involved and dedicated 100% to the activity so that no one gets injured or hurt during the process.
CSA is very lucky to have both of you, obviously. I mean, you've been there 7 years. You're now there your first year. You could have picked a lot of different gyms to go coach at. I mean, you're down in San Diego, you're traveling, you're busier than heck. Why CSA?
I came to check out the gym. Looked at the things that there was going on in the gym. Was just there was a lot of energy, there was a lot of untapped raw talent that I saw that I could really develop into a progressing gym where we could be really competitive in the competitive market. There's a lot of gifted athletes there. The owners are great. They really support the coaching staff and their program. They're 100% involved in it, and so I think that is what really inspired me to come up here, 45-minute drive every day to get this gym up and running in the arena.
Yeah, and I'm thankful you don't live north of the gym and have to do that drive, because the San Diego drive is a little better. Hannah, tell me what the Senior 5 team is. That's your team. You started off the season winning first in Irvine, a great start. What is the Senior 5 all about?
Well, we're basically a family. Like, we're all sisters. We all get along, and we all have we know we have to set a good example because we are the oldest team, so we have other girls looking up to us. So we know that, like, when we're in the gym or even on like Facebook or Instagram, you always have to remember that little girls are looking up to you, and you have to just set a good example for everyone else. Also with your teammates, like, there's younger girls on the team, there's older girls. All the older girls are really dedicated, and they always are inspiring the younger girls to get better and be like them someday. So we are a family, and we're all sisters and best friends.
What do you get out of it personally? Is it the thought of being with friends and going to a social gathering and also working out, or is it the thrill of competition? Is it the thrill of learning new stunts and perfecting your routines?
It's both. I'll have a bad day at school, and going to cheer, like, honestly gets my mind off everything. But then competitions are so fun, and you get to see your friends that do cheer at other gyms, or you get to see your friends that are on other teams that you don't normally get to see at the gym. So it's all around, it's just such an amazing sport, and I'm so happy I got into it.
And I'm pelting you with another question because I only have a few minutes with you, but your thoughts, why would you recommend a young girl, 5, 6, 7, to get involved?
I would recommend it because, I have never regretted anything. I love it. I would be there every second of the day if I could. The coaches are amazing, everyone, the girls. Like, I've never had a bad experience with this gym or this sport.
Last question for you before I let you go. Wasn't this the fastest 7 minutes of your day?
Yeah.
Will you coach in college? Will you cheer in college?
I would love to, for sure. Yeah. I never want to stop.
And maybe there's a slip of the tongue. Maybe you will coach in college one day, right? Hannah Jones, 14 years old, a freshman out of San Clemente High School, part of the CSA team. Jaime Arroyo is going to stick around right here because he is the coach, and this is Coach's Corner. I'm Paul Higgins. We'll be back with more right after this.